the eraser. And then runs it to the rim. Bringing some boom. That's nasty. Blocked away by Okogie. Steal by Okogie. Here he comes in a flash. And one. Okogie jams it home. Poster right on top of Desmond Bain. J.O. with a little baseline boom.
Josh, thanks for the time. Great to see you.
Good to see you.
You picked this spot.
Yep.
Mavrix. So you hang out here? Are you a big bowler?
Yeah, I love to bowl. Early on in my career, like Top Golf was like my thing. I used to love Top Golf. Then I tried actual golf, but I had a love for it. But then like this last summer, I just had a knack for bowling. I've been bowling all summer, so.
Frustrating for golf? Anyways, like, because that game can drive you away, like if you struggle a little bit.
It can,
right?
but that's why I just stick to Top Golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just stick to Top Golf.
That's a lot better. Non-stop. I mean, that's your nickname. Where did that originate?
So I had an 8th grade gym teacher, and he always promised me like, I'm gonna come see you play. So one game he came to see me play. I had a pretty good game. Then the next day in school, he was like, "Man, you were just non-stop. That's your nickname for the rest of your, for the like till I, for him it was my nickname, like non-stop, non-stop, non-stop." And I was like, oh, okay. I guess I'm non-stop, because he said when I played, it just looked like I just kept running all up and down the court. So I just kind of used it in high school, and I never changed it, so it just followed me everywhere.
He's got to be pretty proud of that. I mean,
yeah,
now that's your handle.
We still talk about that to today.
Uh-huh. How about the sports that you played growing up? I mean, aside from basketball, football, baseball, anything else?
I'm Nigerian, so one of the household sports there is soccer. So I grew up playing soccer. My older brother played soccer, so I actually helped him a lot, help him practice, help him train. So naturally, I just kind of got good at it. But I never really played it organized soccer, but I still have some skills.
All right, so you're born in Lagos, Nigeria, and then I think you were 3 years old when you and your family came here to the States.
Correct.
What do you know about that experience through your parents and through your siblings?
So I don't remember much there, but I have all the stories that my parents told me growing up, talking to all my extended family on the phones and through social media. And I've been back a couple times too to kind of put names to faces and know different areas, see the city, see the village, and yeah, so I'm pretty familiar with the area and all the people.
How did they choose Snellville, Georgia as a destination?
Well, typically when families come from overseas and move to the United States, they typically go where they know somebody. So my family, my mom, my dad, they had friends that lived in that area, not necessarily Snellville, but the Gwinnett County area. So that's where we kind of moved. I actually moved to Norcross, Georgia when I first got there, and then like after a year or two, then we moved to Snellville.
Okay, tell me about Snellville. How big of a city is that?
It's not too big, but it's not like too small either. It's 30 minutes from Atlanta, so it's not like, I know it sounds kind of country, but I'm not 2 hours from the city, so it's not too bad.
And you go back and you still hold some events there during the summer. You've got a bash and a summer carnival. Why do you continue to do that?
Yeah, for me, it's just to find a way to give back. There's some things that I used to love going to when I was a kid. They used to have like a Taste of Snellville when they used to have different vendors from the city come, and we used to have like a carnival type theme. And I used to love going to that as a kid, but for some reason, it just stopped. So, in my mind, I'm like, let me try to bring that back, just for kids who, looking for something to do during the summer right before or right when school starts. So I felt like it was my responsibility to bring that back to the city. So, that's what I, just trying to do annually. And it's not only just fun, I also have an educational piece to it. I think I partnered with Best Buy, and they came through and taught the kids coding and the VR and drones and all that technological stuff. So it was cool.
And then you have a ton of fun too. I saw some of the events, man. There's like water slides, and it looks like you guys are playing a little football out there.
We had a blast.
Yeah, what's it like then for the kids when you show up? And obviously, there's probably not a lot of professional athletes that have come out of Snellville. Maybe there are, but you've got to be kind of a rock star when you go home.
Yeah, I mean, also for me, it's like just to show the kids that, you know, these roads that you're driving on and these, you know, places that you're walking, you know, I've walked these same paths, you know. I want them to see me as one of them and just be an inspiration for them to know that, you know, big things are, you know, possible for them as well. You know, for me, as growing up, you know, you kind of get discouraged. You always think about your future, what you want to be, your goals and aspirations. And I just want to be just a walking example of, if you know, if you put hard work to it and you really focus, anything's possible.
Oh, seriously. Wow, you got the spin on and everything.
So yeah.
The fingers are not going into the ball. You're just kind of...
No, my fingers are in the ball.
Well,
I told you
it
I've
looked
been
like you just had
balling all
the...
summer.
Man. When did you start learning how to put spin on it?
This summer. See, my fingers in the ball.
Oh, it looked like it just came off your hand.
I don't put my thumb in it, though.
Oh, there you go. Okay, see, that's...
That's off. Ah.
Stay in, stay in.
See, that's why I put the spin. Because if you bow straight for that spare, you have to literally hit it between the first one and the second. But the spin, you can hit all of them with the ball.
Who's been your inspiration growing up, whether it be professionally in the game of basketball or, you know, parents, friends? Who's been kind of that one big influence?
For me, just my brother. You know, my oldest brother, I should say. Him just taking care of all of us, you know, watching our backs and, you know, just being that big brother, but still being able to do what he's done. He's a dentist, and he hated school. So for him to just go through a lot and still make the most out of himself, I mean, that's as good as it can get.
Yeah, I know you're a very spiritual person. You're always very grateful for every day that you have on this earth. Is there a passage or maybe like a credo that you live by that helps steer your life?
I mean, my motto is just treat people how you want to be treated. And that's kind of just what I've been doing my whole life. And I love to live with gratitude, you know, just be so grateful for everything, because, you know, I grew up where it wasn't the nicest upbringings, you know, didn't have the most, but everything that we did have, I was grateful for it and always found, you know, I was always optimistic. You know, for me, the glass always half full. So just whatever you have, just making the most of it, and that's just kind of how I live.
And then the nonstop energy, defensively especially. I mean, obviously you got a great shot as well, but where did that come from? Was there an NBA player that you modeled your game after, or like played that hard on the defensive side too?
I didn't really model my game after nobody, but I just love the sport. And when I just always played for, like, my high school coach was a heavily defensive coach, so was my AAU coach. When I got to college, you know, I was a lot more offensive minded. I actually wasn't one of the best defensive guys in college at all. But you know, when I got to the league and you know, played for Tibbs, and you know, my calling card was defense. You know, that's kind of what I just focused on, and just naturally I got good at it pretty quickly. And that's just what I've been in the NBA.
And then last year you won the Dan Marley Hustle Award. What did that mean to you? I mean, Dan was a guy that's still revered here in Phoenix and played all out all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it meant a lot. Obviously, like you said, Dan Marley is a guy where you say his name, it rings a lot of bells, not only in the basketball world, but in Phoenix in general. So to be honored after him for, you know, a Hustle Award in my first year on this team was tremendous.
Yeah. Have you had kind of that NBA moment that you look back on and go, man, that's my signature play? Is there one that jumps out?
Not for me, not really.
Because I'm thinking the block of Jalen Green and taking it the other way for the dunk.
Green looking for a step back three. Can't shake Okogie, who rises up, breaks out the eraser, and then runs it to the rim. Bringing some boom here late in the third.
That was a cool moment.
Okay.
You know,
right.
That was a cool moment. Everybody talk about it. Everybody else to talk about, like, the block of James Harden my rookie year. There's a lot of moments that I had that I felt like, you know, worthy of just, you know, contemplation. But I guess those two were probably, like, I would say, the biggest.
Steal by Okogie. Here he comes in a flash. And one, chance at a three-point play for J.O., the Pitbull.
Off the court, you seem to be a guy who's really into style too. I mean, I'm looking at some of the pictures on Instagram and a lot of different outfits, different hats, different looks. How would you describe your style?
Yeah, I just like to experiment. I like to experiment. I like to, just look at stuff and try to put things together. I look at fashion, for me, it's like a puzzle. I'm always trying to like piece different things together and just try to make a picture out of it.
Colors, I mean, are there certain colors that kind of you feel comfortable in?
See, the crazy part about that is like sometimes I'll go all black or neutral, then another day I might just go a lot of colors. It's just how I'm feeling that day.
So you feel a little all black today.
Today
is just
I'm
like
on a
all
ball,
business.
So yeah, I'm here for business. I'll be right back. Let me get the spare. Oh! See, that's one thing about bowling is each lane is different. Like, you gotta gauge the lanes because some lanes,
if they're oiled,
it's a late spin. But if they're not oiled, it spins as soon as it touches the.
So this is a little drier.
This was oiled. So that's why you have to bowl slower if you're spinning. Because if you bowl fast and spin, the spin won't register till late. So when you bowl slower, it has time to register the spin, and then it goes.
Tell me more about your family and your parents and how often they get a chance to come out here to Arizona and spend time with you, and especially over the holidays, I'm sure is probably important.
I have a pretty big family, so it's hard to kind of get everybody out here at the same time. I have 2 of my siblings are married. The one that isn't married is also in his 30s, and I have a younger brother who's in college playing basketball. So it's kind of like to get everybody at home at the same time, and in Phoenix is pretty difficult. So they usually come at different times. Sometimes they try to collaborate and come at the same time, but if one can't make it, they'll try to make it at another time. But my parents love to come. They love to stay a while.
So this is year 2 in Arizona. What do you think of the state, the city of Phoenix, the desert?
It's so calm. I love it. I mean, no matter how good or bad a game is, you wake up the next day and there's the sun smiling at you. So,
a little different from Minnesota.
Man, the sun was frowning at me over there. It was so cold. But, I'm grateful for this city. Everybody here is nice. It's always calm, chill vibes, and I love that.
Have you been able to go out and travel, see like Sedona, Flagstaff?
See,
Booker talks about that a lot.
Yeah, he does, and I'm not really like a nature guy.
Okay.
I don't mind just being at home and just looking at the sun through the windows and just chilling on my couch watching sports.
Hiking Piestewa Peak or Camelback Mountain doesn't interest you really. You get nothing.
Really.
Plus, you need to rest after your games.
What I do like though is driving on the interstate and seeing like the mountains in the backdrop. I love that. Then when the sunset is beautiful, yeah, that's nice. That's a good one right there.
Oh!
Told you.
All right, so am I going to the left side?
You want to hit it in the right side now. In between the top pin and the right. All right.
I went left side. You're right. I went left side and 2 stood.
I'm gonna try to do an inverted spin. So usually I spin to the right and it goes left. Now I'm gonna spin to the left and try to make it bow right.
How do you do that? So you're flipping it, you turn in the wrist?
It's like English. So I spin like this, and now it's like spin like this.
You weren't joking. You got the serious split though.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that.
That's pretty cool though. I like that one.
That's a good one.
It's right down the middle way.
See, like
right
something like that,
nose.
I've never speared nothing like that before.
You ever spear something like that?
It's a close game. I don't like that.
Inside, J.O. with a little wizardry inside. He's loving every minute of his rhythm against his old team.
Let's talk about the Nigerian national team, because your coach there was Mike Brown. He was the head coach in Sacramento. He's coached, of course, many teams in the NBA. Seems like a just really personable guy. But what is that experience, and what did that experience mean for you professionally and for playing for that country?
I mean, it's always good to meet different people in the basketball world. He definitely brought a different dynamic to the national team. I mean, I know it was just a scrimmage. It's funny because I was just talking to Brad and Book about it yesterday. We beat the USA team in the scrimmage. Obviously, Book wasn't playing because we were in the finals. But to beat the the USA team who had, KD, Damian Lillard, Brad on the team, all those guys, and to beat them in the scrimmage in Vegas. And my aunt, uncles, everybody was calling me like, whoa, 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 like it's like the whole country felt that.
Really?
You know what I'm saying?
So was it televised back in Nigeria then?
I mean, everybody was watching it.
Yeah.
It had to have been because the way they were texting me. But I mean, it was cool. Like I said, he brought that excitement to the country, and yeah, it was short-lived, but I mean, we did what we could.
And one of your teammates, Chimezi Metu, is
Yep.
now your teammate with the Phoenix Suns.
Right.
Tell me about Mez. He seems like a great guy, and that experience together with the Nigerian national
Mez
team.
is the team captain of the national team, and he takes that with pride. He's always in the group chat, seeing who's available to play for the windows, and he wants to take that organization to the next level. And I think that he's the right leader for it. He's a tremendous player. He's an even more tremendous human being. They call me janitor when I bowl, though, the way I clean it up.
The way you clean up?
The way I clean up the pins.
All right. We're going hard spin on this one?
I'm gonna do a slow spin, like just like I'm listening to like R&B or something. Just... Missed the spot.
Kept me in the game. So guys around the NBA, who have you connected with? I mean, after playing in Minnesota, I saw a little jersey swap with Anthony Edwards. It also seems like you're really close with Chris Paul. I think you went to maybe one of his basketball academies a couple years back. Looked like you guys were working out together.
But I'm typically cool with anybody that I've ever played with. You know what I'm saying? Chris, I've known Chris since I was in high school. I played on his AAU team, so I've known him since 11th grade, and me and him been close ever since. Ant from Atlanta, so I've known him since he was in high school. My earlier years, Wiggs, Tyus, Gorgie Jang, Jeff Teague, those are my guys. Then Ant, Jared Vanderbilt, me and Pat Bev have a bond. Mikhail, Cam Johnson, like it's just C-Payne, Torrey Craig. Like literally anybody I really ever played with, like we still talk to this day.
Yeah, I'm not surprised you kind of connect with Pat Bev. Like you guys have that same intensity. What's he like off the court, away from the game?
People, and it's funny because Pat Bev is probably one of the most chillest, nicest human beings you will ever meet.
Well, not nice, but chill. Like,
no, he's not. He's a nice guy.
No. Oh, I know. I'm sure he's nice. Just I've never seen that chill side on the basketball court.
He's chill.
Yeah.
Like he's really chill. He's calm. Like, and it's funny because you know how sometimes like you might see like Russell Westbrook, everybody says how nice he is off the court, but when he gets on the court, he has that ferocious side. Pat is like the same way. Like he's not like how you see him on the court. He's nothing close to that off the court. But then it's like on game days, it's like he it's just so crazy because like when you see him the morning game days, he don't smile at all. He don't really talk much because he's just trying to win the game. But then after the game, he takes it's like the shower, washes all that off, and then he comes, he's smiling, giggling, like he's one of the most goofiest teammates I ever had. He's a cool guy.
What are my FanDuel odds right now?
I'm taking the under on 0.5 pins being hit right now.
I just have one. What are the odds of me knocking down the last pin?
The odds of you, it's 100% that you don't knock it down.
That's the challenge I needed. Boom. Bam.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
J.O. leaping high and just rips that one away. Suns need a bucket. J.O. sneaking in the back door. Great set.
Do you have a game day routine? Is there something you go through, even a meal? Or
I'll wake up, eat breakfast. We'll typically have shoot around. I'll go to shoot around. Then I'll come back home, eat a snack, play my video game for like an hour and a half. Then I'll take my pregame nap. And I'll wake up, have my pregame meal. Then
What's the meal?
It's typically some type of pasta.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'll go back to the gym and prepare for the game.
What is the personality of the team? Is it kind of focused, direct, straight, or is there the
That's the thing about
goofiness?
basketball. Like you can't be too focused. You know what I'm saying? You can't be too serious, can't be too direct, but then you can't be too lackadaisical. You can't be too goofy. You gotta have that. Every team gotta find that balance. You know what I'm saying? I think we just have that good balance. Like, we know when to lock in, we know when to turn up, we know when to laugh, but we know when to get serious. So.
Who's that guy? I mean, because you even talked about you've got a goofy streak in you as well.
Yeah.
But like, who's the guy that can lighten the mood when it needs to be lightened?
I try to lighten it all the time, because sometimes it just be too. Like the other day, we were getting ready for the game. I'm telling Save, like, yo, where's the speaker at? Like, play some, like, blast some music in here. The vibe is too uptight right now. Like, yo, let's joke. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, you know, Save plays the music. And it was funny because it was a song KD likes. KD, he was dancing in the locker room before the game. He ended up, this is the game we play Utah. He ended up getting 40-something. He missed like 2 shots. I told Seth, I'm like, look, he out here dancing. Now he making all his shots. But that's just basketball. It's more than just like getting out there and running plays. It's like you gotta have the vibe. Like even when you think about the best times in your life, or any time where you had a job or you had the most success, it was probably days when you was just having fun. You know what I'm saying? That's just how life is. You just have to have fun with it.
All right, if you were not a hooper, if you were not an NBA basketball player, what would you be doing? Your brother's a dentist.
Man, when I was
you working for your brother?
I used to tell my mom I wanted to be a law basketeer.
A what?
A law basketeer. A lawyer, a basketball player, and an engineer.
Wow.
So
that's a good one.
If I wasn't a basketball player, I'd probably be a lawyer-neer. A lawyer or an engineer. Because I love to argue. I love to always be right. And I just like to fix things and figure out how things are composed, how things are made, how things work. So probably somewhere in that field.
It's that engineering side.
Yeah.
Were you like into Legos and that kind of stuff? Or
Nah,
like building
I wasn't
things?
really a Legos person.
Yeah.
Just like if the TV broke, instead of hitting like the TV people, they'll call me and I'm over here checking all the wires and the remotes, and that was me when I was a kid. So yeah.
So post NBA career, I mean, those are options as well. You're also really comfortable on camera too. I've seen you on some podcasts, and I think I heard you say like maybe TV or broadcasting could be in the
I don't mind
cards.
TV.
Yeah?
I have a way of articulating my thoughts in a way that makes sense for everybody. You know, I know how to talk to, you know, different kinds of people, different kinds of rooms. So I feel like TV could be something for me. You know, I'll see. I actually I did some shadowing and some internships in some TV broadcasting networks, like, you know, being living in Atlanta, like the TNT, Turner Broadcaster Station. They got the NBA TV. They have, you know, the NBA on TNT, all that, all those stuff with, you know, Kenny, Charles, Shaq, and all those guys. So I've actually sat behind there and, you know, watched them in Studio J do their thing, and this different things. So I enjoyed it.
How would you be different from them? What would your style be? How would you make broadcasting better?
I think I can make it funny and like just more personable. Like, you know, a lot of times we see it and it's just like facts. But, you know, I think I could turn it into like a show. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, like TNT and them guys, they have their show. Yeah. You know, and they make it funny. But like, I think you know, we can do that on ESPN, or we can do that on don't tell me, Arizona Family Sports.
Come on, way to go, man.
We can make it funny on there. Yeah. Just make it a show that everybody's looking forward to. So not only are you looking forward to the game, you're looking forward to hearing J.O., you know, act a fool. Not act a fool, but like make people smile and make make people laugh.
Yeah. So I need to get 10.
So basically,
I need to get a spare.
If you get 9, you lose. If you get a spare, you win.
A spare, I win. A spare and knockdown, not gutter. Right? Whew. All right.
It's like the free throws to win the game, Tom. What you gonna do?
I don't know, but I think
you got 2 free throws to win the game.
I think it's kind of embarrassing that neither of us have hit 100.
Yeah, this is a warm-up, though.
It's the cameras. It's distracting.
It's Photoshop. We can put like a little 1 at the end of that.
I like that.
191 to 181.
Nice.
I still believe that.
Yeah, that ain't gonna do it. Oh, that's rough. That's gotta be right side head pin. What do you call it? Is it
You
the
gotta
head
hit
pin?
like you almost gotta hit the top pin straight on, so it hits the other 2.
You gotta slide. Yeah, I gotta hit the top one right side.
It don't gotta be right, because if you hit it right, then the 8th pin might not go down. You have to hit it straight middle and let it hit the 2 on the left.
Should I be trusting you right now?
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay. That went left. Wow.
J.O. wins in the nail biter. J.O. wins in the nail biter.
189.
Coming to you live from Mavrix Sports Entertainment. Josh Okogie beats Tom Leander in nail biter bowling.